Tonight, we're taking a closer look at a new technology that's making waves in the world of AI, ChatGPT.
The AI language tool that is fascinating and frightening people around the world.
The Biden administration asking the public for help regulating artificial intelligence after a bot laid out plans to destroy humanity.
Hey, internet friends. Every single day lately, I log online, I read some articles, I drive around my car, listening to the radio. People are saying the same things about AI. AI will replace our jobs. AI is so smart. AI will be sentient. And I see normal people repeating these talking points. I see people all across legacy media and alternative medias repeating these talking points. And we've got this weird little bow down and worship AI and be afraid echo chamber going on here. And I'm not saying that doesn't have some merit. I just have a different take. It's not really just for the purposes of being contrarian, but what if AI isn't that big of a deal? What if it's not really as all-knowing as everyone claims? What if it's actually been around for a very long time and we're just getting the front-facing public version, not because we're the customer or that will really benefit from it in the long run, but we're actually the product instead of the AI. And all of our data, once again, is being mined from us under the guise of progress. Our introduction to AI designed for public usage started with ChatGPT, a language model created by OpenAI, which has gained enormous popularity for its capacity to provide human-like responses in a variety of contexts. Elon Musk and Sam Altman co-founded OpenAI in 2015, and it's supported by well-known investors, including Bill Gates, Microsoft. Keep in mind, Bill Gates' entire operation from Microsoft to the Gates Foundation is controlled by Bain and Company, who was created by Yale bonesmen who are, Bain and Company, they're a huge military contractor. And basically, they collect these companies like Microsoft, leaving the shell of the companies and staffing them with their CIA adjacent employees. I have a video I'll link below if you want more information. But on campus, ChatGPT has gotten to the point of being so popular where college students are increasingly turning to it for homework assistance and being like, hey, ChatGPT, will you write me a 5-page essay on XYZ, including a strong introduction and an even stronger conclusion, explaining this like a 5-year-old could understand it. That's the prompt. So several U.S. school districts have responded by preventing devices from accessing the model while students are connected to the networks. But is it that ChatGPT is that good? Or is our education system and our standards for ourselves as individuals, is it that it's that bad?
That's a great question.
That's a great question.
ChatGPT is just a web crawler that gathers information from the internet. And the speed and phrase form are the two highly unique features of ChatGPT that provide this sort of intrigue and service and have made it so popular. And although ChatGPT can scan the internet and gather data at this incredible rate, it's actually just a program, a set of instructions provided by the computer by a programmer. And it's taken a long time for these programmers to provide this huge database of prompts and language instructions and all of this. However, just because something operates from a program doesn't make it intelligent. My friend Kyle, who runs the channel Cerebral Pisces, he collects these old dictionaries. So I asked him to give us the entry on intelligence. This is a Noah Webster dictionary from 1828. The entry reads, number 1, understanding or skill. Number 2, notice information communicated, an account of things distant or before unknown. And number 4, which struck me, is intelligence, the definition of which being a spiritual being, as a created intelligence. So I can totally understand the belief that ChatGPT is intelligent in a sense that a calculator is intelligent, because it's kind of it kind of runs the same way. So my whole entire point is that ChatGPT, the AI programs we've seen so far, are essentially just a very large program that runs from this huge database of instructions, which I'm not downplaying. It's very interesting in and of itself, but it's no different from like a calculator. But because people are being conditioned to believe that it's smart, we hear the message over and over and over again. They actually think that technology can become conscious in this way. And it's all about the psychological conditioning. It's projecting this misunderstanding upon this one subject. And I don't necessarily think that it's true. I don't necessarily think it's true because it's so limited. And we're seeing this with ChatGPT be woke and not answering questions and, portraying white people in a different way than they portray other races. And, it's very limited by the programmer. And I'm not saying these programs aren't cool. I'm not saying they're not useful. I'm not saying they're not innovative. Of course they are. I'm saying that AI itself, obviously, it's not a new concept. It's been around since the late 1950s. And I'm sure more powerful forms of it exist in different sectors, financial, media, government, military. Of course, they're more advanced than we are, and they roll out this technology like 20 years later. I'm sure it exists in more powerful forms. In fact, I'm told that every single day based on the research I've done in the past with all of this DNA collection and these DNA tests, that I'm drawing parallels between both of these movements. You remember back in 2016, 2017, there was this huge push to get you to spit in a tube and send off the most unique thing about you to these companies, these for-profit companies that gave you the illusion that you were the customer, but really you were the product. And of course, we're so detached from ourselves, our families, our lineage, our true identities, what's hidden in our blood, our histories, that of course we want these answers from whoever will give it to us. And a lot of people were drawn in by that, to find out where they're from and who their ancestors are and what that means for them. So they spin in a tube and send it off. And in the fine print, the DNA testing company said, okay, we're going to give you these results. They may or may not be accurate, but we're going to give you these results, and then we're going to sell your data to the highest bidder. And we're not going to tell you what's going down with that, but don't worry about it. And it'll all be fine. And 23andMe specifically, which was a Google-owned company, ran by Ann Wojcicki, the ex-wife of Google co-founder Sergey Brin, and sister to Susan Wojcicki, the former CEO of YouTube. She ran the whole thing. So 23andMe had a designer baby patent, which is giving eugenics. 23andMe sold your DNA to these DNA databases wherein they could peg you or a family member to a crime, even if that family member didn't submit their DNA. Under the whole guise of like solving these murder mysteries like the Zodiac killer and stuff like that. But no real mysteries are going to be solved from that. Of course not. It's very similar with AI. And I'm seeing it kind of come together in a similar way where you think you're the customer. In many cases, people are paying to use the service wherein they tell the AI their like deepest desire for companionship, as we're seeing, or looking for self-help or looking for answers. They're telling the AI it's their deepest curiosities and hoping the AI responds to satisfy that. But really, on the back end, the controllers of the AI, if you will, are selling your data that's specific to you and selling them to companies with perhaps very nefarious intentions. to identify fulfilling needs for products, to sell things, to analyze human behavior, to make the model stronger in the future, better. All these things you're feeding the machine, and people think they're using a product. They are the product. That's all I had to say. You are the product. Maybe not you specifically, but in general, this is a case of you're not the customer, you're the product. So I want to know your thoughts. I always look forward to reading your comments. Thank you so much for watching, subscribing, and supporting my channel on Patreon. Thank you so much for buying my book, The Deep State Encyclopedia. I love reading what you thought about it. And as always, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Hope you're all having a wonderful weekend. I'm recording this on Sunday. And yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.